Hey guys, today I want to talk about Earth Machine and my opponent is a, I don't know, Phantom Knight Danger deck? Well, let's check it out. 2 Max C's as opening hand is not what I would like to have, but having Anchor Drill and Citadel? Ooh, this is a good start. Well, this is my bad for the level 14 stuff, but yeah, I misclick and here we are. I could go for a link, but since I have no proper follow-up, I'll just keep it at this board and N10. Time to max C, but I got negated. Fine. I'll wait for more monsters so I can pop Citadel's portable Raigeki skill. Okay, we got 2 monsters and Makina, it's time to use the Raigeki skill. Well, this is my first time looking at Danger mixed with Phantom Knight. I kinda know how both of them works individually, but never fight against player that use both in this game yet. So I panicked and popped my infinite a little bit too early. Damn, should I wait a bit there? Opening with Cherubini is already a sign of bad news for me. But Bardiche was summoned after that, which is a more scary combo. This will make the board set up nicely from this point on. In this replay, it seems fluid and fast, but sitting there and watch all of this happens, I can assure you guys, it's a long turn. And not gonna lie, I just watching YouTube to avoid boredom. Here comes the exit Phantom Knight, but I don't know why the skill didn't pop and my Citadel were not destroyed. All of those combos were ended with Rongo Minute. This is a bot that is going to wreck me hard this time. Now it's time to top deck betting for something useful. Harvester. This might work too. Normal summon Harvester to add Brutal Dozer to hand, then proceed to tribute Harvester for it. Now we can special summon Thunderer for extra draw. Exit summon River Stormer and use its skills to add Heavy Freight to my hand. Then continue to use River Stormer to link summon Goliath while triggering Heavy Freight skill. Okay, activate Thunderer, but I have no choice but to shuffle back my Citadel. At that moment, I'm praying hard that I can bring back any level 10 monsters back to the field. So, IO is not so much useful in this case, but I'ma just set it. Machina redeployment. Oh yes, the luck is on my side now. Screw Maxi, discard that and get Citadel and Fortress. Next, by discarding Citadel, I can get Special Summon Fortress. Now everything is aligned. Finally, I can do some finishing move. Time to bring out Ancient Gear Ballista for the Ancient Gear Box combo and then add Trencher to my hand for the Monster Reborn. I don't think I can fully wipe the board yet, so I settled with one attack position monster that I can beat and I choose Rongo Minute, dropping the rest of my hand to bring up Fortress again in order to link summon Anger Knuckle, sacrifice it and bring back Citadel to the board. Here we go guys, time to exit summon Gustav Max. Use its skill, inflict 2000 life point while blasting away Heavy Freight, which allows me to destroy Bardiche. At this point, destroying bodies didn't really matter, but what mattered is the 2000 life point because now I need to deliver my last 6000 damage to win this game. Exit summon Juggernaut Lever and attacking Rongo Minion for the game. Honestly, I made a lot of mistakes, but then again, the RNG god still didn't leave me. As a side note though, I feel weird looking at the opponent Rongo Minion being underutilized. Well, I can't comment much on the Phantom Knight deck that my opponent used, but what do you think? Do you think the opponent do more mistakes than I do? Do let me know in the comment section below. Okay, let's talk deck profile. Most people will tell you to not play hand traps, but then again, in this best of one format, I would like to have some of them just in case. Let's start with 2 maxis. I don't believe in 3s because I don't want to open with these too much. Just because I don't know if I'm going to play against special summons oriented deck or not. Next, 3 Infinitrack Harvester. This is a good backup staples because it can bring in Infinitrack Brutal Dozer and also it can increase monster level with another monster that makes up for higher level for exit summon. Next, 2 Ash Blossoms. Good hand traps don't need to be a 3, well, enough said. 1 Ancient Gearbox. If you are new to the game, Ancient Gearbox combo in this deck is very good. It can add more hand, reduce opponent card attack or defense to 0 while increasing the graveyard counts. But this has to be done with 1 Ancient Gear Ballista in the field as shown in the previous matchup. 1 Infinitrack Anchor Drill. Good card to trigger special summons from hand. This is not a bad card, but it's more like a situational card. 2 Infinitrack Trencher. Most people play with 1, but against people that will just banish stuff from your deck, it's good to have 2 of them. 2 Infinitrack Tunneler. Basically a pot of Avarice activated from graveyard for more draw power. The same reason as Trencher, I put this at 2 to avoid banishment. 3 Brutal Dozer. This is the core card for this deck, mainly to special summon either Trencher or Tunneler. But do take priority in special summon Tunneler because we need some extra hands. 3 Machina Fortress. At first I play at 3 because during pack opening I can even get 2 Citadel and ended up with 3 of these, but this card has saved me in a lot of situations. Being able to look at opponent hand while it getting attack and destroy 1 card, if it's destroyed by battle, is a very strong effect. 3 of this card is certainly expensive, but the alternatives such as Machina Gearframe or Machina Air Raider, which is more close enough skills for special summon comparing to the Fortress. 3 Machina Metal Cruncher. This is kinda in the double-edged sword territory. Yeah, if you control no face up, it will be good because I can just select Dozer and add it to my hand. But on the other side, if I say any of my continuous spell or EO were in a face-up condition, I'm screwing myself here. But in order to offset that, the best option is to always have Fortress in hand or graveyard, if you're ever stuck in this situation. 2 Heavy Freight Train Dairy Crane. Powerful level 10 monster that is capable of special summon from hand after another Earth Machine monster is normal or special summons to the field. This is a good card as a material for the Exceed monster because upon using this card as material you can destroy 1 opponent card, which is neat. 2 Super Express Bullet Train. We don't play this card as an attacker because sending 2 other cards to graveyard is a risky move. But we just special summon it in field since we only play Earth Machine and use it as Exceed level 10 material. Or the best usage of this card will be send it to the graveyard for this turn and bounce back 1 machine monster card from the graveyard to hand on the end of my turn. Well, you can do some cheesy moves, which is just using this card to throw it to the graveyard and bounce back Heavy Freight Train for either of your next turn or the opponent turn. 2 Machina Citadel. The star of this deck. This is a portable Raigeki once per turn condition by destroying one machine monster you control and then using its attack as base. Destroy all of your opponent monster that is equals or lower attack than the destroyed monster. The OP part of this card is that once per turn you can special summon it in the field after any face-up Earth Machine monster that is destroyed by either battle or effects. One Harpy Feather Duster. In a format where a lot of back row trollers such as Eldritch exist, I cannot turn my back away from this card. 3 Machina Redeployment. It's a very good card to set up Fortress in the field, and dropping one card in this deck is no biggie. 3 Heavy Forward. A good +1 Infinite Track monster card to hand, and also this card can be slid into Exit monster as materials. 2 Infinite Impermanence. If you need negation on board, this is a good one. 2 Machina Overdrive. I've seen a lot of variation where people play from 1 to 3, but to me, 2 is a sweet spot. This card can let you special summon one Machina monster from your hand or deck. Aside from that, if this card is in the graveyard, you can just bounce back 3 cards from the graveyard, unbanish zone to the deck and draw one. Very useful card to recycle Tunneler or Trencher. 1 Imperial Order. Some would say this is a card that is going to bite you back. It is true if you don't know when to use them. Basically, you use this card when you have no way to negate opponent's quick spell that is going to crush you. The spell card in your deck is good, but do remember, you still have capable monster cards that don't really need to rely on the spell card for most of the time. Okay, that's it for the main deck. Time for the extra deck. We'll start with 2 Infinite Track Reverse Stormer. This card is good for either adding card to the hand or send it to the graveyard. Well, we can use this card to get Heavy Train or Fortress to hand, or by sending Bullet Train or Citadel to the graveyard. 1 Infinite Track Mountain Smasher. I rarely use this card, it's quite strong, but level 7 monster is quite a situational summons anyway. You can summon this monster, but you will need the Harvester skill to pull it, or by using 2 Machina Fortress. 1 Infinite Track Earth Slicer. Essentially, I use this card to clean up some cards that is controlled by the opponents due to its skill in blasting as much material as possible to destroy opponent cards. As for attack, I rarely use this because usually Liebe will be on the field when this card shows up. 1 Number 81 Superdora. With 1 material as a cost, this card is good for stalling a turn by protecting itself or some other key card in the field. Well, in order to avoid board wipe or when you're not able to OTK your opponent. 1 Zeus. Well, if Liebe OTK fails, just upgrade it to Zeus and board wipe. But this has to be the worst comes to worst situation. 2 Infinite Track Goliath. On early turns, you can abuse this using Reverse Stormer or any Infinite Track Exit monster in order to trigger one of its skill, which is add this card as materials to Exit monster and gain skill. Cannot be destroyed by card effects, or you can just leave it at graveyard to fulfill the Tunneler requirement of shuffling back 5 cards. 2 Double-Headed Anger Knuckle. This is basically a monster reborn for a level 10 monster by destroying 1 card from hand or field. Usually I will just destroy itself and bring back level 10 from the graveyard for Exit summon, with the pretense that send this card to graveyard so we can fulfill Tunneler requirements. 1 Ancient Gear Ballista. As covered before, this is needed for the Ancient Gearbox combo. 1 Transcode Talker. This is the last resort if all fails. I left this card because by the time I want to summon Access Code Talker, I would already have Link 1 or 2 in the graveyard, and this card basically special summons them to the field, so I can straight bring out Access Code Talker to do the finishing moves. So that is it for the deck list, guys. Thank you for listening in, and I'm very sorry for the noises because I'm living in a place that basically random noises is hard to avoid. For now. Anyway, please do like or dislike, share and subscribe. Well, do let me know your thoughts about this deck or anything in the comment sections below. This is Hand Hazard and I will see you in the next one. Bye guys.